Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. My name is Liaquat. If you guys are not familiar with my YouTube channel, then I suggest you guys check it out quickly and come back to this. Inshallah, you will enjoy this series. It's the 40 hadith that Imam Suyuti rahimahullah has collected. And if you guys are not familiar with the other series of 40 hadith that I've covered, check them out as well. I've done 2 series in the past. This is the 3rd series that we're going through. Right, so without any delay then, let's crack on. So the hadith that we have reached is hadith number 29. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Al-mu'minu mir'atul mu'min. A believer is a mirror for another believer. Beautiful hadith, subhanallah. Lovely hadith. Right, let's explain this hadith a bit then. Let's try to get some understanding of what this hadith is basically saying. So, let's move this to the side. So first of all, al-mu'minu mir'at. In Arabic, the word mirror, if you didn't know, is actually from the Arabic word, most likely, which is mir'at. Mir'at. It actually comes from the root words of ra'a, which means to see. Okay? And in Arabic, if you ever have this meme with a kasra at the beginning of most words, it comes for a tool. So basically, a mirror is actually a tool for seeing. Right? It means a tool for seeing. So the hadith mentions about the importance of a believer when it comes to another believer, that they are like someone who is looking into a mirror. Right? So when you look into the mirror, you kind of see yourself, you see what you look like. And normally when I wake up in the morning and I look in the mirror, what do I look in the mirror for? I look in the mirror because I want to see if there's any dirt on my skin, or maybe my hair needs adjusting, or maybe my clothes. Basically, people use mirrors to make themselves look good. That's right. So it's all about looks. Right? So if you didn't have a mirror, then it would be difficult for you to be able to identify any flaws you have in your face or in your skin or dirt or whatever. So you wouldn't be able to fix yourself that well. I wonder what life was like in the past when there were no mirrors. So the Prophet ﷺ, he says, a believer is like a mirror for another believer. Okay, now as you know, the Muslim Ummah, we are like a team, right? And in a team, you want everyone to be in an advantageous state, right? Anyone who is in your team, whether it's a male or it's a female, you want them to be in an advantageous state so you can all, push together into new challenges in the future. So for this to be able to happen, people have to have concern for one another. You have to be concerned for each other. And the Quran mentions about this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran says, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. تَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ and تَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. So this concept of tawasaw, what does it actually mean? It means mutually helping, to mutually help each other. This is what you can say the summary of being in a Muslim and Muslim brotherhood, Muslim brotherhood or sisterhood. This is what it's all about. It's about that concern that you have in your heart for all other Muslims. So the mirror is a beautiful example the Prophet ﷺ gives, because it really kind of sums up for us how we live with other people. So for instance, let's think about this. Imagine in your own family, if you have a family, and let's say you have children. Okay, you have father, you have mother, you have children. When the children go to school, what happens? The mother's very careful. She fixes the hair of the child. She fixes maybe the clothing of the girl, gives them their lunch and books, and make sure their uniforms are clean, and then they go on their way. Okay. Now imagine we did that with everyone in the Ummah. We looked out for everyone in the Ummah. Ummah would be such a beautiful place. People would know that there's other people who are caring. Right? This is one of the lessons of this Ummah, you can say, which is about we are an Ummah of caring Ummah. So what benefits are there of this hadith that we can take out from here? So I've noted down a few benefits, and maybe there's some other benefits you can put in the comments as well. I like to see what you guys would write as well. So the first and foremost, I would say, first and foremost benefit is spotting faults, identifying faults in yourself. Right? This is an amazing thing. You look at other people, and then when you look at other people, you begin to realize the flaws you have. Imagine you lived on your own and you had no mirror. You wouldn't be able to tell if you've got dirt on your face or your clothes are not right. Right? So the faults themselves can only be spotted when you look at something external, when you look at someone else, when you see them, and then you realize your own faults. And this can be done actually in two ways. Okay, there's actually two ways this can be done. How you spot your own faults. One is you spot your own faults by seeing the good in other people. When you see the good in other people, you see someone praying 5 times salat on time, and you think, I don't pray my 5 times salat on time. You realize your fault. Otherwise, if you hadn't seen other people, maybe you wouldn't have realized you're actually in fault. Sometimes this is a good idea, sitting in the company of good people. You know, this is another, or we can write over here, this is company. Good company of people actually helps you to maintain a healthy understanding of connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second is when you see someone do wrong. When you see them do wrong, what tends to happen is you realize, am I doing this? Have I been doing this all my life? I don't even realize. You know, sometimes it happens. You might, for example, like, I don't know, go to a toilet or something and use it. You come out. And sometimes you might actually go into a toilet. And when you go inside that toilet cubicle, you actually see the state of the cubicle and you think, oh, look how dirty this cubicle is. This is nasty. So you don't realize, when I go into a toilet, how do I leave the toilet? You know, subhanAllah, how do I leave the toilet? And this is why we can only spot our mistakes when we look at what other people do, the mistakes they make, and we quickly learn from them. Yeah, so subhanAllah, you know, how this is a beautiful thing. Okay, number 2, what's the second thing that we learn from this? The second thing that we learn from this, now, this is a bit of an interesting one. It actually helps, looking at other people actually helps to improve others. Yeah, how others see you. Yeah. So this is another thing. It actually helps, because what happens in life is, let's say, for example, you're living your life, you're going to school, you're going to college, university, you're going to work. You want to be able to be seen in a good way, right? And this is where you want your character to be good as well, right? So if a person doesn't care how they look in the morning, they don't care, they don't look in the mirror, they just walk out their house and they just go for it, and you know, that isn't really a good way a Muslim should behave. A Muslim should have good character. A Muslim, in the presence of other people, should behave in a certain manner that is pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. So this is another thing that they need to have, is we need to understand having other people in around. Like, you know, if imagine we lived on the moon alone, or we lived on Mars alone, there would be no one else around. There would be no one else to show kindness to be good to show thanks to. And therefore, we wouldn't really be able to have this beautiful character. So living amongst people, again, you know, company, this comes under company, and living amongst people is also something that develops this. And the third interesting thing that I found, right, which I think is very, very nice as well, is to show others their good. Yeah, the good that they have. Sometimes, you know, there might be someone, and this person, individual, you know, lives with others on their street or in their house, and sometimes what you need to do is you actually need to be like a mirror. Believers are like mirrors for others. Sometimes you need to praise them, but careful of the praise. You don't want the praise to get to their head, because some types of praise has been prohibited in hadith. But sometimes the praise is okay. You know, like if you have children and you say, MashaAllah, well done, beautiful work you've done. Yeah, well done, well done. This kind of praise is motivating praise. So what we want is motivating praise. We want to motivate other people, their achievements. We want to be able to support them. We want the ummah, the next generation, to know that we're there for them and we're going to help them. So this is why show others they're good, that they have the potential to be good, because this is also something which is an amazing characteristic that believers have inside of themselves. And honestly, you'd be surprised how amazing it is in life when you simply just give someone a little bit of praise, how they can become assets to the ummah, right? And the Prophet ﷺ, he would do this with companions as well. Some of them he would say that, I see amazing qualities inside of you. I see leadership qualities inside of you. He'd give them opportunity to become leaders as well. So these are the things, I think, 3 things that can come to my mind. And some of these are actually read in some of the commentaries as well. If you guys have anything, then please put it in the comments below. May Allah make us mirrors for one another so that we can support. And what a beautiful thing. Mirrors, time after time, need to be cleaned, right? You need to clean your mirror, right? And cleaning of the mirror is very important in how we want to have connection with other people, how we have, relationships with other people, friendship, how this all helps in bringing the ummah together and maintaining a healthy ummah spiritually. Okay, so let's summarize here then. So a believer is the mirror of a believer. We talked about how the mirror is a tool for seeing. We talked about how caring the ummah is and how company is very important to create a strong concern for the ummah. You need to be able to see other people and work with them. You can't be a person who is alone and just takes care of themselves. And we said the Quran time and time again emphasizes the importance of tawasaw bil haqqi and tawasaw bil sabr. Now, one of the benefits is spotting faults in yourself, spotting faults in other people, helping them as well, helps character as well, shows others the good inside of themselves as well, right? So when you see other people, you support them, you become like their backbone for them as well when they need it. And that's it, guys. So Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If any of you guys have any questions, I know these videos are getting a bit long, and I do. Let me know if you guys think the size of these videos are okay, or would you like it shorter. Thank you to our patrons for supporting the channel. You guys are wonderful people. May Allah bless all of you. If any of you guys want to become patrons and you want to support the work that I'm doing over here, you like it, then please consider becoming a patron. You can become a patron for as little as £1 or $1 a month. Whatever you want to give towards the channel is something that I really appreciate. And I will see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.